Hello, spelling group number 3. This is our 17th video, and hopefully we won't have to make much more. Hopefully we'll be able all to come back to school soon. All right, video number 17 for Monday, September the 28th. We're almost done with September, and this is your first 10 words for this week. I hope you guys all did well. When I made this video, I still haven't got your spelling test back on Friday yet. So hopefully everybody did better this time. If not, I'll take the words that you missed and I'm going to add them to Wednesday's video. Yeah, I'm going to add it to Wednesday's video and you're going to get them back again. All right, so the first 10 words, we're going to finish up section N4. And your first spelling word is the one that you had as a bonus last week, and that is conquer. Conquer. How many syllables is that? Conquer. I believe in the end, truth will conquer. Conquer, will win over. That's what it means, to win over. Conquer. Go ahead and write it. I'm going to write it. Then you're going to look up and see if you spelled it correctly. All right. When you write it, I want you to say it also, because anytime you run across a word that you don't know how to read, this is where you're going to learn how to read it. All right. Conquer, 2 syllables. The first syllable, you have a vowel, ah, and this vowel has 3 sounds, ah, o, u. Con, it's the first sound. We don't need to mark it. The k says its first sound. Then we move over to the second syllable and we see 2 multi-letter phonograms. First one is qua. Qua needs a U. U is not a vowel here. And I think you guys have a glare. Qua. Qua needs a U. U is not a vowel here. And a as in her. Okay. My pen is getting very light, so I hope you guys can see that. Oh, let me see. Let's stop here for a minute, because all of you guys should have been studying your multi-letter phonograms, and I can't remember how many there are. And you probably think those are all the multi-letter phonograms, but they're not, okay? We have a list of advanced multi-letter phonograms that I haven't given you hardly any of those. So let me just stop really quick and show you. You don't have to write this, okay? This is qua. Qua needs a U. U is not a vowel here, okay? But this, we didn't teach you because it was more advanced and it's something that's very rarely used. It does have a second sound, okay? Okay, and the sound is qua and k, qua and k, as in, it's the k as in, let me put it in brackets. That sound, k. It's an advanced phonogram, and so we're going to put so we don't say conquer, we want to say conquer, second sound. We're going to put a 2 above the qua, okay? If this video doesn't get too long, I believe there is a place in your reference section in the back of your book. Don't go there now. I'm just looking to see if there's a section where we can write our advanced multi-letter phonograms. I don't know if there is, but if there isn't, we're going to make one, okay? Past tense, I don't see one. So multi-letter phonogram, yeah, you know what, there is, but we'll do that at the end, okay? Your next word is don't write it here. Don't write it because it's a homophone. There's two words with the same sound, different spelling. And the word is pear. Pear. We need to pare the fruit before we make the pie. Pear means to peel it, to cut it. Pear. It's not pear as in the fruit pear. Pear as in cut the skin off the apple. I'm going to pare the apple. Pear, one syllable. There is no multi-letter homograms. Pear. It's one syllable. And if you listen carefully, listen to the sound of the A. Pear, pear, A. It's an A sound. Why is this saying the A? First rule for silent E is to tell the A to say A, pear. The next word is easy peasy. I don't know why it's in this section. It should have been in the very first section of the book. I don't understand why, but the word is plan. Did you plan a birthday party for your sister? Plan. Okay. And I believe that you guys know the rules so well that you know that there's nothing to mark here. Number 4, the word is center. 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 2 syllables. Center. Locate the center of the universe. It's probably impossible to locate the center of the universe. Center. Okay. The first syllable. This says s, which is the second sound for k. Why is it saying the second sound? Okay, this is saying the second sound. Put a little one, not a big one, just a little line underneath the C, telling me that it's saying the second sound. I don't know if you can see that. Let me do it down here. Maybe that's better. Okay. It's saying its second sound because of the E, okay? And I have the rule written up here for you. Ka usually says k. Ka says s before an E, I, or Y, okay? Ka usually says k. Ka says s before an E, I, or Y. That's the rule, okay? So it does come before an E, so it says the second sound s, all right? As in her. And if I don't give a lot of explanations, because I know you guys already know these, all right? Number 5 is prove. The Bible says in 1 Timothy 1:8, prove all things, hold fast to that which is good. Prove. Prove. One syllable. Prove. Okay. Now I want to remind you it's important to use your nice penmanship, all right, in your spelling books, because this is not scratch paper. You're not going to throw this away. You're going to keep your spelling books, all right? Prove. P-R-O. Prove. Prove. It's saying the second sound. O. Prove. And it's the silent E. Signing the just saying O. Prove. Actually, wait. I made a mistake. I thought that sounded kind of funny. Prove. O. Ooh. Prove. O. Ooh. That's a third sound, isn't it? That's a third sound. So why do we have a silent E? We have a silent E because U and V take a 3. Silent E rule number 3. English words do not end in U or V, so V is spelling rule number 3. And I can see there's a glare there. Okay. The next word is copy. 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 I made a copy of the homework for you. Copy. Cop. Copy. All right. First sound, cop. K does not come before E, I, or Y, so it's first sound. I. We don't put I because English words do not end in I, so we replace it with a ya, I. Okay. Number 7, your word is suffer. Suffer. Listen carefully. Suffer. You hear 2 F's, don't you? Suffer. No one likes to suffer. And we have ers and her. We got a lot of ers and hers. Okay, number 8. We have a multi-letter phonogram that we don't use very often, and it's let me make sure I say this correctly. It is, if you remember what the 2-letter used both at the beginning and at the end of a base word. That's the multi-letter phonogram we're going to use for the word sign. Sign. You need to sign your name on the paper. Sign. 2-letter N that we may use both at the beginning and at the end of a base word. Sign. Okay. Don't confuse that with nasal nasal is the N first and then the G. But this one is GN. It's a 2-letter N used both at the beginning. So you can use it at the beginning of a word or at the end of a word. At the beginning, an example would be gnat. You know those little tiny fruit flies that you see when your fruit has been sitting for a long time? That's a gnat. It's spelled GNAT. Okay? Gnat, or sign is your word. Oh, the other thing is the vowel. The S is saying its first sound. The I, sign, it's saying a second sound. What is the rule for vowels to say their second sound? Besides using a silent E, there's another rule. And that is when a vowel comes, well, actually, there's 3. When there's a silent E to say the second sound, when it's at the end of a syllable, and the third is when it comes before 2 consonants, it'll say its second sound. These are 2 consonants, so this will say its second sound. Okay, so there's 3 different ways you can tell a vowel to say its second sound. The silent E will tell it to say second sound when it's at the end of a syllable or before 2 consonants. Okay. Number 9, your word is market. Market. I love to go to outdoor market to buy my vegetables. Market. Market. Okay. We see an R as in car. And that's all I see. Market. And number 10, the last one for section N4, the word is voice. 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 She has a beautiful singing voice. Okay, you're going to use the oi, 2-letter, I'm sorry, not 2-letter, oi, that you may not use at the end of an English word. Oi, that you may not use at the end of an English word. 1 syllable. Oops. Oi, that you may not use at the end of an English word. And remember C and G, take a 3. You can do that. C and G, take a 3. All right? And that's to make it say its second sound. The silent E tells a k to say s. Okay. Um, okay, I'm going to give you a fun little piece of homework to do besides studying your words, your 10 words. Do you guys remember what an alliteration is? We went over it in literature last Thursday. Alliteration is when there's 2 or more words in a sentence that start with the same consonant, okay? So I'm wondering, maybe I'll just, you know what, I think, well, this will just be for fun. If you have a piece of line paper, do this on a piece of line paper, put your name on it, and write spelling alliteration on it, okay? Spelling alliteration, and turn it into me next week. So what I want you to do is, I want you to write 1, 2, or 3 sentences, however you may want to do. If you just want to do 1, you can do 2 or 3. I want you to write 1, 2, or 3 sentences with spelling words in your sentences that begin with the same sound. So I want you to write alliterations in your spelling sentence. For example, I'm going to go back to last week's words. And I'm going to say a sentence. I'm looking for 2 words that start with the same. Here, okay, so last week, do you guys remember we had the word clap, crystal, and custom? So I would write, it is our custom to clap the crystal on the table. It is our custom to clap the crystal on the table. And it doesn't have to make sense. It can be a wacky sentence, okay? But it has to be a complete sentence with, it needs to have a uppercase at the beginning, a period at the end, or if it's a question, it's going to be a question mark, or if it's a loud statement, an exclamation mark. And it needs to talk about something or someone doing something, okay? And so you can write 2 sentences, 3 sentences, find words in your spelling in section N4 that you can write an alliteration for me, all right? If you do, I will send you a little gift. It's going to be tiny, just something tiny, but just something to have fun, okay? Something to look forward to. So I'll give it to you guys actually, I won't get it till this Friday, so I won't have it for you ready till the following week, the week of October, all right? Okay, study your words, and we'll see you on Wednesday's video. Bye-bye.